Hello, my name is Haley Miller, and I, along with Albert, Matias, and Nicole, were assigned middle managers for our case study. Again, my name is Haley, and I will be talking about the middle manager's responsibilities. So, middle managers oversee the work of large departments and divisions, and they also communicate and collaborate with all levels of employees, as long as talking with higher up managers and also, again, the rest of the employee team. The skills that middle managers need to have is good communication. They need to be able to collaborate and also delegate work, roles, and responsibilities to all of the employees, and also reiterate messages from higher up positions.
Hi, this is Albert Vladimirski, and I'll be talking about why Earworm needs us, middle managers. So, one thing that we're responsible for is strategic execution. So, basically, we turn big company goals and we set them into action, and we make sure that all the plans that corporate creates actually happen. So, for instance, we can execute our strategy by creating a detailed marketing and product development plans. Other thing that middle managers are responsible for is employee support. So middle managers, we make the workplace better, and we motivate and support our employees, which in turn makes them happier and more productive. Our efforts reduce turnover and create a strong team. And one thing that we could be responsible for is starting mentorship programs and recognition programs. And this would easily boost employee satisfaction, and other managerial levels just don't come close to what we do. Another thing that we do is we're very adaptable. We quickly respond to changes in the market and what customers want. We can easily spot these trends and make fast decisions because we're so close to these everyday operations. And this adaptability is very important because if there's a sudden demand for a specific product, we as middle managers can work with production to meet the demand and increase our revenue.
This is Matias, and I'm going to talk about how to improve sales. First way you can do this is by introducing new products and services. You should explore your market to determine the demand for your proposed product or service. Utilize your current clients as a test group, seeking feedback to mitigate risk and identify areas for improvement in your offering. You can also enhance your sales channels by providing your sales staff with enhanced training, adding retail outlets, and using resellers. Another way to improve sales would be by improving community relations. Enhancing your local presence and prominence by engaging in community-related initiatives is a good way to do this. Whether through sponsoring events, speaking at gatherings, or supporting a nearby sports team, these activities can boost awareness of your business and drive sales. And lastly, do not neglect customer service. Satisfied customers are more likely to become repeatable buyers and loyal patrons. Loyal customers contribute significantly to long-term sales stability.
Hello, Middle Manager Nicole here, and I am going over the alternatives to layoffs. We have decided on a couple alternatives I'd like to discuss before getting into who and why a certain level needs to go. The first alternative is furloughs. This is a type of leave that is mandatory. Unfortunately, it is with no pay. However, this is a type of leave that is short-term. Its frame usually ranges from days to months. This is a good alternative because each position is held for the individual for when they do return to work. Next is freeze hiring. This is not considered a leave, but it is an alternative to eliminating positions. This form is meant to stop any and all hiring processes. With this in effect, employees can learn outside their positions, gaining more insight and confidence to care for the team. This will hopefully result in opportunities for them in the future. Next is cutting hours. This is a form of voluntary or involuntary leave. With luck, and I know there are plenty of employees who would volunteer to reduce their own hours, this can be seen as a little vacation, with definitely some time off for mental health. It can allow people to finish home projects, whatever personal hobby or housework or event that they've been putting off for a while. This is a great way to allow people this time off, as well as alleviate our financial issues. And that brings us to our last option, which is eliminating our first-line managerial level. As middle managers ourselves, we have deliberated on which level should be the first to let go, and we as a whole have decided on first-line management. As middle managers, we take in the vision given to us by our top managers, and we take that vision and mold it into something that can be effective. With our plan, we direct the first line management team and assign roles and due dates for the company's mission. We essentially turn that vision into the roadmap, and then first line managers put it into effect. However, that being said, the steps that we take as a team in formulating our plan can easily be done by ourselves. If things continue to worsen, we feel that we can carry the load of first-line managerial tasks. Because of our level of knowledge and experience, we feel our position has seniority over first-line managers. Therefore, first-line managers will have to be the first to go.
This is Albert, and I'm going to talk about one of the example companies that restructured their managerial level. So in 2015, IBM made headlines when they announced a major restructuring initiative, and it showed that 63% of Western managers expressed their desire to not stay in management because that's how bad it was going for IBM. And then 37% of managers believed that their management layer would disappear within the 5 years that the news was announced.
This is Matias, and I'm going to talk about one of the example companies, which is Netflix. In late 2001, Netflix had been growing rapidly and started planning an IPO. However, following the collapse of the dot-com bubble, circumstances took a turn. It became evident that they had to postpone the initial public offering and reduce the workforce by a third. By early 2002, their DVD by mail subscription service experienced significant growth, presenting them with a surge in workload while operating with 30% fewer employees.
Nicole again. Another company we discussed was Amazon 2023. Due to the massive hiring spree during the COVID-19 pandemic, Amazon is now facing cost-cutting issues that are resulting in eliminating positions. This was in hopes to rein in some costs, a decision made by CEO Andy Jassy. Now, back in November and December, roughly 18,000 were laid off in positions of retail and human resources, while the other 9,000 are expected to come from its advertising section. On top of this massive number, another 100 people were laid off from its video game section. It's also said that Jassy implemented freeze hirings, which is a topic we touched on in our previous slides, as well as eliminating projects and warehouse expansion. This decision is a temporary solution to their cost-cutting plan.
Some other helpful information we as a group thought would be beneficial to making a decision would be to have more detailed financial information like profit margins and cost breakdowns. Another one is market research and customer feedback. It would allow us to identify specific challenges and opportunities we could have. Another one is a competitive analysis on how our competitors are faring, and it would provide helpful insight. As a group, we all collaborated and contributed to the research and slides. I edited the video together, but we all did a joint effort in editing and adding information on the slides.